Avast, me hearties! Welcome to Three Sheets to the Wind. And this is the Bendover Affair, a naval campaign using Osprey's fighting sail rules. And the first encounter will be a frigate duel between HMS Ferret and the Pete. But before we go any further, I'm filming this on a Tuesday, and the Royal Naval toast for the Tuesday is our men. Cheers. As the rival squadrons send out patrols north and south respectively from the naval bases, the frigates are destined to meet off the Turkana Reef. Well, here's the matchup. Two fifth-rate frigates, the British one HMS Ferret with Lieutenant Nosy Parker and the French Pete with Lieutenant Pascal Ordeur. From a ship stats perspective, the British have a slight advantage. They're better at discipline and better at gunnery. However, the French are better at sailing, so this will be an interesting one. There's no fleet morale in this scenario. The game ends when a ship is captured, sunk, or strikes its colours. The Turkana Reef is to the top of the board as you look. Pascal Ordeur and the Pete are arriving from the north, and Nosy Parker and the Ferret from the south. The wind is westerly. We're looking north from HMS Ferret's position up towards Pete and Pascal Ordeur. Now, the way the frigate duel works, the initiative is on the most downward wind ship, which is the French one at the moment, and manoeuvre is done alternatively regardless of the number of sailing dice. So we'll get the gist of this in a minute. Both ships are reaching, so we roll the sail dice, 6 for Nosy Parker and 7 for Pascal Ordeur. 4+ is required, so 4 sailing points for the French and 2 for the British. I'll whip through the first few moves fairly quickly because they're well outside long range with the cannon at the moment. Both captains, I think, will be making for the reef, trying to get in the best position they can before they start manoeuvres. So that's the second and last British move. French has another 2 points. And that's the end of the turn, and we can see Pete is still downwind from the British, and that's the end of turn. They're outside of range. Still reaching, needing 4s. Well, both sides rolled well there. This could get very interesting very quickly. 5 sailing points each. Ordeur will order a tack, which is 2 sailing points. Nosy Parker will continue on that heading for the moment. This is quite cat and mouse, and it's very interesting to do alternative moves here. I think, yeah, British got 3 sailing points here. I think he'll tack, actually. And the last sailing point for the British, I think he's outmanoeuvred the Frenchie here. Nosy Parker's going to take advantage of this. It's long range for the starboard battery to open fire. 4 dice. And they all miss. Needed 5s. Well, that's the end of turn. Sailing dice, so let's just check who's doing what. The British are close hauled, so they need 5s. And the French are in irons and need 6s. Again, 2 sailing points each, and the French will go first. Now you can fire mid-turn, so Ordeur will order open fire. Tirez! Still long range, and it's only 3 dice for the French. 3 1s, dreadful miss. Nosy Parker will come up with a Ferret here, and now, does he open fire yet? It's still long range. I think he's going to hold his fire and see if he can close the gap. Ordeur cannot tack, he's only got 1 sailing point, so what does he do there? I think he's got to continue on the same heading. Ferret will do the same, and this must be medium range now. Parker orders open fire, 4 dice hitting on 5s. But that's a shocking broadside there, they've all missed. End of turn. Still close hauled for the British and in irons for the French, so it's 5s for the British and 6 for the French. Well, that's a good rolling by the French. They've got 2 sailing points and the British 4. So I'm thinking he'll just turn around there and get his broadside off again. He is in arc. 3 dice hitting on 5s. Tippy! 1 hit. British hull is 3. And he didn't save any, so there's 1 hit. So the Ferret gets an anchor token. That's not going to stop him at the moment. Right, he will move there, and is he going to open fire? He's in arc. It's medium range. It's 4 dice. I think he goes for it. Starboard battery, open fire. Hitting on 5s, just the one hit. Saving dice 3. Oh, that's easily saved. Hors d'oeuvres only got 1 sailing point now, but he's got to, I think, turn through the wind. But of course he's opening himself up for a raking shot. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, away we go. And that is a rake. But it's not, because the starboard battery's already fired. Oh dear, oh dear. He's got to wear away. Well, luckily he's got another 2 sailing points. No wonder he's just an average captain. Do you know what? Knows he might pull this off. And this could be absolutely devastating. He's in arc. It's a raking shot, and it's close range. Hitting on 3s with explosions on 5s. So that's 2 explosions, and because it's a raking shot, any more explosions I can keep rolling. That is, so we roll again. That is, so we roll again. That isn't, but it's 6 hits. Oh dear. 3 hull dice, saving on 4s. Saves 2 of them. Takes 4 hits. And that's an anchor token. And 2 damage. Disaster. Alright, next turn. French need 6s and the British need 4s. Downwind ship goes first, which is just the French. He's not moving, so he's going to try and do some discipline test. Needs a 6. Gets it, so damage reduction of 1. I forgot old Ferret had an anchor token as well, so he's only got 1 sailing point. Has to move. Right, there and there. Discipline test. Oh, no. I took that anchor token away, getting overexcited. That goes back on. The French is out of arc. And so is the Ferret. Just. They can't open fire. Both ships need a 6 for sailing points because they're both with an anchor token, but the British are now downwind. Well, neither moves. Interesting. They're floundering. So, British discipline test, try and get rid of that anchor token. Yes, that's gone. And the French. No. Yeah, they need a 6. Yeah, no. End of turn. So the French will still need 6s because they have an anchor token. The British are reaching and need 4 pluses. So 1 sailing point for the French and 3 for the British, and the British will go first. Well, I don't think it's any surprise he's going to open fire close range. It's not raking. Hitting on 3s, explosions on 5s. 3 hits, 3 explosions. Oh dear, that's a hefty 6. 3 hull dice. Saves 2, so that's 4. Takes another 2, so goes up to 3 damage. If he fails his damage control test next time, he is going to strike colours. Right, it's their move. They've got 1 sailing point. They'll just come here. They have to move 2. The British are in range, but it's only 2 dice. 1 explosion, 2 hits, saved, discipline test for hors d'oeuvres, 4 dice, needs a 6, doesn't get it. Well, there we have it. The damage is too much for the French. Hors d'oeuvres strikes his colours. It was short, it was sweet, and Nosy Parker takes the victory. So first blood to the British as they win the tussle off the Turkana Reef.